really quick uncensored, coming to you from the kitchen live. Sadie Sink. There is Sadie Sink might have been casted for Spider-Man 4. Do I think she's coming as Jessica Drew Spider-Woman? No. Do I think she's coming as Julia Carpenter Spider-Woman? I don't know. Now, we seen the Julia Carpenter Spider-Woman played already in that movie from Sony, right? Heavy speculation. Where do I see Sadie Sink? Now, let's look at Sadie Sink. Young, gorgeous, the red hair, that could fit in as Mayday Parker. Now remember though, in comic books, that's the what if issue. I think it's 105. And that's why I think you're going to see that start to spike. Mayday Parker was a what if, and remember that it was the story with the Miles Morales, I think Miles Morales with Peter Parker having the child. Long story short, let's just focus right in on the 4 books at hand. Do I think it's Mayday Parker? Maybe, I don't know. Could it potentially be Gwen Stacy for Spider-Gwen? I myself am leaning more toward that because I think we're going to get a live action Miles Morales. We're going to get a Spider-Gwen. And they're going to have to run with that because, remember, in those Hickman Secret Wars books with the multiverse and the Earth 616, you had Miles Morales, you had everybody. You had Spider-Man, you had everybody in there. That's why I always said focus on reading your Hickman Secret Wars because it looks like the Marvel movies always tend to like the multiverse. So guys, it's almost going to be midnight here in New York, Long Island, New York. This was a quick, uncensored live Sadie Sink, potentially to be casted in Spider-Man 4 in a Spider-Woman role, potentially. I'm gonna say no to Jessica Drew and Marvel Spotlight. I'm gonna say probably no as Julia Carpenter Spider-Woman, and Julia Carpenter was very significant in the original Secret Wars, first appearance Secret Wars 6. Julia Carpenter, first appearance Secret Wars 7 as Julia Carpenter Spider-Woman. But I'm leaning more toward either Spider-Gwen, who I could see her fit in perfectly, just dye the hair. I could see her fit in perfectly as Spider-Gwen, Gwen Stacy. That would be iconic, perfect. Or, right now, you know, she's known for the red hair, Mayday Parker, but that's a more multiverse story with her as Spider-Girl, Mayday Parker, in a What If comic book number 105, and that one is starting to trigger up too. If it was me, I would say Spider-Gwen, but that's just me. So listen, all 4 books are great books to have in your comic book collection, period. This is what I mean, guys. Focus on the history, focus on the first appearances, and those are always safe bet investments. So don't get crazy, be smart about your purchases on all 4 books, and I would put my emphasis on Spider-Gwen. this time. It's a more long-term character, and she is a great actress, and that's my bet to whom I think she might potentially play is Spider-Gwen, but this is only speculation. So, as always, speculate wisely, read your comic books, because then in cases like this, you know your stories, you know your potential outcomes. That's why it's important to read your comics. Don't be a front runner. Read your comic books, and you'll always be able to try to put together the puzzle pieces. With that said, guys, have a good night, and tomorrow I will do a show about everybody's favorite words, limited edition, and exclusives. Have a good night, guys. Remember, the price of a collectible is only worth the price somebody is willing to pay for it in the world. I say that all the time. I'll keep saying that. Good night, guys.